Hey, it's Tuesday, and you know what Tuesday means. No, not tacos, although tacos would be really cool, right? No, it's tech. It is Tech Tuesday. And today on Old Guy and a Bike, I'm going to be talking about how I built a DIY sealant injector gizmo that works so good for some parts from Amazon and some parts from an auto store. You're going to want to see it because here it is. It's simple, it was cheap, it works really well. Coming up. So most of us by now have gone to the tubeless dark side, right? And for good reason, because it just works really, really well. Yes, there's some, little fooling around that you didn't have to do with tubes. You had to deal with sealant, you had to deal with getting the sealant in your tire, and maybe putting a tube in there if you can't fix a hole in your tire, and on and on. But generally speaking, tubeless is here to stay, and sealant is, an absolute part of that. So you can get the sealant in there one of two ways. You can dismount your tire, either partially or completely, if you're working on your bike or changing your tire. And you can put the sealant in and seal up your tire and inflate it and go on your merry way. But you don't want to have to do that every time you need sealant. And sealant tends to dry out when your tire is just sitting around or when you're riding it or whatever. And occasionally you need to put more in there. So how do you get it in? Well, you usually inject it in through your Presta valve. You pull a little core out, and you get your sealant and you get it in there. But in the past, the commercial solutions that I have had that have been little sealant injectors, man, they just really haven't been all that good. They've been little syringe things. The tubes that the sealant goes through tend to clog up. They're tiny. They worked, but they really weren't great. So I found a solution of my own. And I made this. Now, it doesn't look like much, but it didn't cost me very much either, and it works really, really well. I'm going to show you what I used and how it works, and you can make one of your own for really pennies compared to buying something like this. And you can actually share it with your buddies, because the way you buy these in a pack, you get 4. So, hey, you got 3 buddies that need a sealant injector, it gets even cheaper. So this is a pack of syringes that I got off of Amazon. I'll list it down below. But you get 4 of these things. They're pretty big. Shows them as 60 milliliters. They come with a little end cap. The little end cap just sits on there on the nozzle. The nozzle is pretty high volume, actually. There's no way you're going to clog this up. And the little cap is handy. So you get 4 of these for the price in one pack. Once you get your little pack of syringes, you take one of them and you get yourself a little piece of hose. Now this is from an automotive store. It is what I believe is vacuum line. It's a 3/8 inch outer diameter and a 1/4 inch inner diameter. And it's probably stuck on here pretty good, but it fits really well over the nozzle of the syringe. Look at that. And it just doesn't want to come off. Very cool. And the little cap that was on the syringe fits perfectly over the hose. So all you need to do is get your sealant, whatever you're using. I've been using the Wilderness Trail Bikes tubeless tire sealant. I've come to really like that. But whatever it is you want to use, orange seal stands, whatever, get the measuring cup or whatever you're using to put it in, and then all you do is simply pull the cap off the end of your little rubber hose, drop this in, sucked out as much as you need. Now it'll hold more than a cup each time of the little measuring cups. I think I got these little measuring cups from Stan's. I don't really remember. They're kind of decrepit and disgusting. But that's what I've got. They're all coated with sealant, but they still work pretty good. And then you slip it over the Presta valve. You've got your core pulled. The hose fits over the Presta valve really easily and fits tight enough to where it won't leak out. And then you simply push it in, inject the sealant, bada boom, bada bing. Now once you've got your sealant all injected in, as much as you think you need in there, it's really a good idea to take this and suck some water up in here. I usually just do it at the hose bib or, at the sink if I want to be careful, or out of a little paper cup or something. Do that a couple times, squirt it back out, because you don't want the sealant drying inside this, or it would probably clog up and mess your syringe up. So run a couple bits of water through it, and then you're good to go. You can put the cap back on it. It's all ready for next time. And really, that's about as simple as it gets. I've been using this now for months. I mean, I doubt it's ever going to wear out. If it does, and I've got 3 more syringes if I didn't make some of these from my buddies, right? But with a little bit of auto parts store, what I believe is vacuum hose, you can check, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't think it's fuel line. A little bit of that and a few dollars worth of syringes off of Amazon, and I've got an injector kit that, as far as I'm concerned, is better than anything I've used that cost me a whole lot more money. Anyway, that's it for this Tech Tuesday. You guys have a great week. Granny Gear out.